easy go.
Okay, let's put this together. Try to do this one hand, feel like a one-handed bandit here. So all you do is slide that in there. Then you just take this thing and rotate it around. Done. And it's all quiet everywhere. Okay, so far 20 minutes into the mowing. It's doing an excellent job. It's going through everything. The Makita trimmer head is working flawlessly as it should, unlike many other ones I've tried, so that's good. The point is 20 minutes into it, as I expected, the batteries died. So there is no magic new electronics in here.
But I did warn you, all magic comes at a price.
And if you want more power, you're gonna have to sacrifice it. The speed makes a difference though. The 9,000 RPM, with the 9,000 RPM, it does go through everything. But you better have 6 batteries ready to go if you want to mow for an hour at full speed. That's about it.
Hey guys, this is your daily dose of the internet.
I'm here to review the Makita 36 volt brushless trimmer, the 2018 model. I'd like to tell you the difference between this model and the previous model, and the benefits of this model over the previous one. Firstly, you could obviously see, you could separate this model into 2 halves, so that if you were inclined to bring this with you somewhere for a job, you could do so. In fact, this brushless model came from Acme Tools. I got it delivered with this huge duffel bag that you could stick your kids in there if you were inclined to do so. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. Anyway, the difference between this thing, besides for the fact you could put on different attachments like a pole saw, and they have about 10 different attachments. If you wanted to switch out this head, you easily can do so. If you wanted to put a blade on here, you could do so. This thing has 9,500 RPM compared to the previous model that only had 6,500 RPM, which is about a third less RPM than this model. But everything comes with a price, because this thing has a shaft now that it has to spin, and it has more speed. You're gonna have to give away amperage, basically. So you have 30% more power, you have 30% less runtime. So the previous model, they claimed that it runs about an hour, and I think that was optimistic. Realistically, it ran for about 40 minutes. And this thing, I just was mowing the lawn, and it lasted me 20 minutes. I expected it would run 30 minutes because the previous model realistically ran 40 minutes, so 30% more power. I expected it to run for about half an hour, but it was about 20 minutes. Sometimes it was 22 minutes, sometimes it was 17 minutes, depending on which batteries are used. So to constantly use this thing, you would have to have 3 sets of batteries and 2 chargers. That's what I had, and by the time I finished mowing with the 3rd set of batteries, the 1st set of batteries was already charged. What are my thoughts on it? I would recommend it. I would recommend it over the other one, but I could only recommend it because I have those 6 batteries and and 2 chargers. If you were not inclined to spend that much money on it, then you would have to just wait for your batteries to charge. And I like this one because this thing is as powerful as my 4-stroke Honda gas saw. At least that's what it felt like it, and it even felt lighter. Plus there's less vibration, so you know, if you're doing trimming for a while, your hands have that little buzzing feeling. You have less of that here than you do with a gas-powered tool. I have a feeling that this motor that they put in here is actually from the brushless chainsaw that Makita put out, and I think they have about the same RPM. That's just my feeling, and I think the chainsaw has about 20-minute runtime also on it if you keep using on things. This thing has great torque, speed is great, no complaints, the power is there. I mean, I wouldn't call this 2-stroke power, but this is definitely 4-stroke, and a good 4-stroke gas trimmer power. So if you have those batteries and you're trying to get away from gas because it's just an annoyance to you, like it was to me. There's always something happening, either there's water in the fuel, or just a random thing. Even but the gas line dries out and the filter clogs, and just to me it's a hassle. So I would definitely recommend this thing over gas. I think it's worth putting in the investment to getting a little more batteries. 6 batteries and the 2 chargers. It's worth for me to say screw it, I'll just spend the money on it, but not to have that aggravation. So I would recommend it.
Hey, Soul Hunters!